Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Bianca Asiya Saeed, your motherhood empowerment coach, and today we are in the fourth week of the month, so we are talking about the science of personality and how you can use your knowledge about your own personality to improve all of your relationships. So today we're talking specifically about how you are not an extrovert, even if you're super lonely right now. So, a lot of people think of extroversion and introversion as sort of this thing that comes and goes, right? Like, oh, my extroversion is taking over my introversion right now because I'm really lonely, or I'm extroverted, but I also have that introverted side. So I think I'm in the middle. Well, it doesn't really work that way. Actually, people in the middle, ambiverts, are not as common as extroverts and introverts. And like I've said in previous videos, you are both. You have both tendencies of an extrovert and tendencies of an introvert. The thing is that we're not all one, right? So somebody is not either an introvert or either an extrovert, but most people are predominantly one or the other. If you are an ambivert, you're a rare breed and you're special and you're cool, but most of us are not. And we're still special and cool, but just not in that way. So I wanted to talk about the brain differences actually in this personality aspect. So, extroversion and introversion is an energy preference. It is how you gain energy, simply put. So, if you are an introvert, the way that you gain energy and feel alive and revitalized is when you've had sufficient solitude and time to contemplate and reflect and think with less external stimulus, like less noise, less light. I don't know if you can see, right? You can guess what my dominant energy preference is by looking at my surroundings. Usually I'm in a lonely, quiet, kind of dark room when I record my videos because that's how I prefer to be. I am predominantly an introvert. But getting back to what I was saying, so we have differences in our brain, the way that they respond to dopamine. So this is not just something made up. It's not just like, you're talkative, so that means you're an extrovert, or, you're quiet, so you're an introvert. That is a huge misconception. It is how you gain energy and how your energy is drained. Okay, so if you are predominantly an extrovert, you are going to gain energy by chatting, being out in lively places, being out in public, going to the store, chatting it up with the cashier, making lots of phone calls throughout the day, interacting with people, having music on. You like more stimulus. I wanted to read to you the dopamine difference, and this is on quietrev.com. It's Susan Cain's website. She is a specialist that she's an extra. I can't. So what am I trying to say? She is an expert in introversion. Okay. So the dopamine difference. One major difference between the brains of introverts and extroverts is the way we respond to the neurotransmitter dopamine. Dopamine is a chemical released in the brain that provides the motivation to seek external rewards like earning money, climbing the social ladder, attracting a mate, or getting selected for a high profile project at work. When dopamine floods the brain, both introverts and extroverts become more talkative, alert to their surroundings, and motivated to take risks and explore the environment. It's not that introverts have less dopamine present in their brains than extroverts. In fact, both of them have the same amount. The difference is in the activity in the dopamine reward network. It is more active in the brains of extroverts than in the brains of introverts, says a researcher at the Imagination Institute. And there's a video. I will link this up below so you can go watch it. It's so important for you to know your energy preference. I also have a quiz that's linked up below that will tell you if you lean more towards one or the other, or if you're perfectly in the middle. And I encourage you to go take as many quizzes and tests out there, because the better you know yourself, the better parent, wife, person, whatever you can be, right? And the more you're going to love life. If you know how to treat yourself, you can help others treat you the way that you need to be treated. Okay? So for introverts, acetylcholine, I don't know how to say that, but it's introverts prefer to use that transmitter. Like dopamine, it's also linked to pleasure, but the difference is that acetylcholine makes us feel good when we turn inwards versus outwards. So this is not this is not just like oh, I'm feeling extroverted today or I'm feeling introverted tomorrow. This is a brain difference, and you're going to likely uh, lean more towards one versus the other. So if you want to know what that is, go take the quiz. It's a 12-question quiz that I put together. I put the best questions together to try to give you a snapshot of what you are, what you likely are. But then I also encourage you to go take a bunch of other quizzes if you're interested in that. But if it resonates with you and it sounds like you, then run with it. So I know that during this time right now, when we're all quarantined, I know it can seem like we're all extroverts because we all miss people. But the reality is that we're all social animals. And regardless of how much interaction we prefer, whether that's, when we're at a normal level, if we prefer a ton versus a little, we're all going to be wanting a little bit more right now. Just because, first of all, we can't have it. Second of all, we're deprived of that just basic interaction between our fellow humans. So don't think that just because you're lonely right now, you're an extrovert. That does not make you an extrovert. Introverts get lonely too. And we all need each other. I encourage you during this time to be active in video calls, even if you don't like it so much. It's really helpful to just have the presence of another human being, even if it's virtual. There's a lot of, one of my favorite teachers, evolutionary parenting Dr. Tracy Castles, is running a free weekly meeting where she's putting like 5 parents together to chat about what's going on per week. She's doing that for free. And she also discounted her discipline course. She is I believe she is a neuroscientist. She is a doctor of neuroscience or something similar. Oh my gosh. I'm a big fan of hers. I can't pinpoint what it is that she specializes in, but she teaches about evolutionary parenting, like biological parenting, what's like the norm, and what are the most positive and rewarding ways to parent that are linked to positive development of your child's brain, and how human brains have evolved. So I encourage you to take a look at that. I'll link that below too. I will be taking that course. Me and my husband and I will be taking that course as well. So I want to encourage you to just get out there, link up with people, do some video calls, be in virtual chat rooms, make phone calls, go take walks and say hello, even if it's from afar. You just need you need interaction no matter how distanced you are from someone. You need interaction with other humans, not just your husband and your children. So I encourage you to do that, and please go take the quiz down below and then let me know what you are. I'm I think 70% introvert, 30% extrovert. That's where I fall in the spectrum. I'll also link below a blog post that explains a lot more about energy preference and how you can leverage yours to really take advantage of this time and make the best of it. All right, guys, that's it for this week. I'll see you next week.